Hey my friends, this is Loli. Welcome to Loli D's Creations. So in today's video, we will be doing the Just Our Imagination Challenge. These ladies challenge us to use some of these foam rollers, some K-cups, and some balloons to create our DIYs for today. More about this challenge later in the video. Let's go with our first inspiration. I will be using these clear balloons from Dollar Tree. They're supposed to be a bubble. I had a hard time with these, but I really wanted to add some of this faux snow from Dollar Tree to it. So with lots of patience, I took some of that snow, put it in the opening where the air will go, and using a straw that was slightly bent, carefully I pushed the snow into the balloon, as you see right there. Now that I was happy with the amount of snow in it, I'm going to use this balloon pump from Dollar Tree and fill it up. I was scared that I was going to pop it. In the picture, it looked a lot rounder than this. I just didn't want to go ahead and pop it and have all this all over me, so I just left it as it is. And here I am going to the bottom section there and tying it off. This balloon came with this ribbon already, so I just removed it from where it was originally. And I'm tying a double knot here. I'm going to make sure that it's airtight, and then I'm going to cut off that section that you see right there at the top. Then I use some of these bamboo rings that I got from Dollar Tree. This is the bigger size, and one of these round bases from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint them, or actually stain them, with my Waverly Antique Wax. And then I'm going to take my sanding block and distress my round. Then taking a little bit of this crazy glue and a little bit of hot glue, I'm going to attach the bamboo piece, as you see right there. Now taking that balloon, I'm going to just wrap a piece of garland wire that I had laying around, and I used it to attach the balloon to the top of my round, as you see there, and I just cut off my excess. Now I'm going to take one of these. This is a little garland from Dollar Tree as well, but it lights up, but I'm not going to put it on quite yet. I'm going to take some of this garland, beaded garland that I got from Dollar Tree also, and I'm going to wrap it around the entire circumference the entire circumference of the bamboo ring. This garland comes in like different pieces that were, attached together, so I just use those divisions to go around. Right here ended one, and then we're gonna cut off that excess wire garland, which is the one kind of that I use for attaching the balloon. And then I took the next piece and I wrapped it as I did the first one, as you see right there. Now I'm going to do the same thing using this garland, but I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to place my power bank right there in the back. I'm going to wrap it around the base so the cables are hidden. And then I'm going to start wrapping from the end of it to the beginning. I just wrap it around my hand so it will be easier for me to go around. And I just spaced it out as best as I could to make sure that it goes through the entire circumference of this bamboo ring. And it was just perfect. My friends, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And share, because sharing is caring. And now we're going to take that power bank and attach it to the back using some hot glue, but making sure that the opening to the batteries is towards the top. And now we're going to take one of these little Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. They are color changing. I love them. I'm going to first glue them on, as you see there, but I'm going to glue it just so I can mark where it's going to sit. And I'm going to let it sit there and dry for a little while. In the meantime, I'm going to use these sticks that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm adding them to my ring to embellish this, and at the same time hide that power bank. Then I took one of the smaller pieces and I'm going to glue it like a little bit in the front of it, put an angle that is helping me cover that power bank even further. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. So I just continue layering my greenery, as you see there, until that power bank is completely covered. Then we are going to add some more greenery. This other pine-like bit greenery came from Dollar Tree as well. I'm just adding it in different sections just to give this some variety and to make this look nice and natural. And I did the same thing to the other side. And we're going to add some more of this, but first we are going to remove that little tree. I just wanted to get indentation of where it will sit so I know where to place it. The on and off button for the little tree is in the bottom, so we don't want this to be permanently glued on. I just wanted the outline so I can add a little bit of hot glue there so I have a placement for it. And then we are going to go ahead and add some more of the greenery. I just cut off the little piece that will help me put it into the pick, and I'm going to just take a bit of hot glue and gonna wrap this piece around the power bank, making sure that it's not attached to the base of the tree, just onto the round. And I repeated the same thing with the other side, making sure to cut that little piece off so it looks very seamless. Now it's time to light it up. Look how cute that is. I love how the colors change. But, I'm just going to place it right back down on there, and we're going to add a little bit more because already I'm not done yet. I didn't like how I can see the piece where I tied the balloon, so I'm adding some more of that greenery to the very top of the balloon, as you see right there, and it just adds more of that whimsical look. And also I added some fake snow in the bottom of the Christmas tree to embellish it and camouflage that plastic, and I think that made a world of a difference. So you will see the final product in the final reveal. This is what it's looking like so far. Let me know what you think. Alright friends, as I mentioned earlier, this is a Just Our Imagination challenge hosted by Kathy Jo DIYs and Rustic and Lace DIYs, and their guest host this month is Sweet Tea and Butterflies. The links to their channels and to their playlist will be linked in the description box below and also pinned in my comments. Make sure to head on over to their channels and to their playlist and show everyone some love. Alright, let's go over to our next inspiration. I'm going to be using one of these shadow boxes from Dollar Tree. I'm going to just go ahead and pop it open and remove the butterfly sheet. Now we are going to just take some of this craft paper from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just measuring to see how much I'm going to need. I'm going to cut a piece that is perfect for this size. There was a little edge missing, so I just cut off a little edge from a different piece of the craft paper to complete the entire square. Using Mod Podge, I'm just going to add some to the corners you see there just to attach that in place, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of the paper. My friends, if you enjoyed the video so far, I hope you will consider subscribing, and if you do, make sure that you hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you each time that I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. To my current subscribers, guys, thank you so much for all your love, all your support. It truly means the world to me. I would not be here doing this every day if it wasn't for you. Thank you so much. Alright friends, once that was done, I'm just gonna add the paper down onto that nice even layer of Mod Podge, making sure that everything is nice and flat. And I'm adding Mod Podge also to the top of the paper to give it some protection. And I'm going to place it on the side to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to use some of these curlers that I got from Dollar Tree. We're going to remove the plastic off of them. And I'm going to take that foam and cut it into 4 sections. First, I cut it, as you see, in half, as you see right there. And then each half into a half. And I did this with 2 curlers. Now we're going to take some burnt amber from apple barrel and some brown oxide from apple barrel. First, I'm starting with the burnt amber, and I'm just adding a little bit on some of the foams. Now taking some of the brown oxide, I'm going to completely cover the rest of the foam, making sure to have as best of coverage of that pink as possible. And I smash the pieces together just to add some of the burnt amber to every single piece to obtain some color variation. Then I use the heat gun to dry it and shrink it a little bit. Now we're going to clean our glass, as you see there, with some of that Glass Plus from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to paint the edges of this frame, but first I sanded it down. Then coming in with that brown oxide, I'm going to completely cover the entire frame. Once it's dried, I'm going to come in with this fairy light pack from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just add the lights to the inside, as you see there, and put the wire through that corner right there, so I'm able to put the back in the back. And I'm just going to bunch it up towards the bottom mostly, and I'm going to have it stay in place adding a little bit of hot glue on different spots of the wire. Once I was done with that portion, we're going to add our piece of curlers. If you haven't guessed yet, these are little wood logs. And I'm adding them directly on top of the lights using hot glue to attach them. Try not to add the hot glue to the actual bulbs, just in between, to avoid damaging them. So the coverage of the paint was pretty good. It was so good that the light was not coming through. It was completely covered. So I wanted this to resemble fire peeking through. So I'm just creating some openings in between the logs and adding hot glue to help me keep them in place. Then I'm going to take my power bank and glue it to the back, making sure that I'm gluing the part that does not have the screw to change my batteries. And then here I'm just attaching it to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere by adding some more. Then I took a couple of these tumbling tower blocks that I painted previously for a different DIY, and I'm going to glue them to the bottom of my shadow box to have this be more stable and help it stand on its own. But wait, I'm not done yet. I'm going to add a little bit more. This just looked too plain for me, so I'm using this, I think it's in the color walnut, the furniture markers from Dollar Tree, and I'm just adding like little brick effect on here, just adding little squares alternating up and down until I cover the entire frame. And I wasn't satisfied, so I'm going to use one of these white little markers from Dollar Tree, and I'm going in between the little blocks to make it resemble the motor in between each one of the blocks. And this is what it was looking like so far. And I liked it, but I wasn't done still. I removed that piece of ribbon that it came with, and I'm going to add some greenery to the top using one of these little tie-in pieces from Dollar Tree actually. And here I'm just bending it to conform to the entire section. And then I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue to help it attach and stay put. And then I'm going to come in with some of this garland also from Dollar Tree, measuring how much I need. And I'm just intertwining it in between that piece of, let's say, garland that we are adding on there. And then just attaching hot glue in some sections, holding it in place until it dries. And we're not done still. I know. I'm going to take some of this red garland from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to remove small sections where the beads are, and I'm going to add them in between the sections in which the white and green beaded garland doesn't have any beads, just to add a little pop of color and have it look more balanced. And it's looking cute so far, but I'm still not happy. So here I'm going to make sure that everything stays in place. So I added hot glue on the sides, and I'm going to give this a little haircut. But I'm not done. I'm going to use some of this fabric from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take a piece, fold it in half, and then cut it into a square as you see there. And then here I am cutting out the shape of a stocking. I didn't write it or anything. I was just tearing at my stockings that I have on my fireplace and just cutting and freestyling it here. And then I'm going to add them together using some hot glue as you see there. Then I'm going to take a piece of this fuzzy fabric that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add it to the very top of my stocking as you see right there with a little bit of hot glue, but I did trim it a little bit to make it neater. And I repeated this 3 times. Now we are going to attach our stockings to the top right here with a little bit of hot glue using a little slanted angle as you see right there. But wait, I'm not done. I'm not satisfied. I'm going to come in with some of this greenery from Dollar Tree. I just need to elevate the style a little bit. So I'm just cutting those individual sprigs off and removing the little piece that would have united to the pick. And I'm adding it to the top and the sides of my garland. I feel this just gives it a little bit more expensive look. And this was the perfect finishing touch for this piece. You will see it again in the final reveal. Don't forget to let me know what you think. For our next inspiration, we are going to be using these little K-cups got from a K-cup machine. I'm going to sand down the edges, making sure everything is smooth. I'm using this little poker tool from Cricut. We are going to take that piece that got punched in. We're going to put it back on so it has a more complete look. And using the same poker piece, we are going to make a hole on the middle of each one of the bottoms of these K-cups. Now I'm going to use the chalk paint from Dollar Tree and paint them all black. And then I'm coming in with this metallic silver from Folk Art, and we're going to use a fluffy makeup brush just to give this more of a brush metal look. And I repeated this with all three, doing the outside and the inside of the cups. And we're going to seal it in with some Mod Podge. We're going to place it to the side to dry, and we're going to paint this board that we got from Dollar Tree with some of that same chalkboard paint from Dollar Tree. And now after it dried, I'm taking some of this apple barrel white paint and doing a messy coat of it. Then I'm using one of these boxes from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the excess cardboard off of them. I added Mod Podge to the back, spread it around nice and even, and placed it off-centered onto the board. Then I took some of this jute cord that I got from Michael's, and I'm going to use it to thread it onto each one of the K-cups. I'm going to just go ahead and thread it as you see there, and I'm going to tie a bead onto the end of it, and then I'm going to make another knot a little bit higher up than the bead to maintain the height of the bead in the K-cup. And I repeated this process with all three of my bells. And I almost cut my skin off right here. Look at that. That only happens to me. But anyway, I took all three of my bells, I tied them together in a knot and glued them to that open section in the board. And I also made and I'm going to glue it right there. I made a bow using some blue ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to place it on there as well. I'm sorry that I lost the footage for that, but that's pretty much what I did. And I'm going to take the same ribbon that I used for the bow and line the entire gift box with it to just give it a more finished look. Now with the same jute cord that I used for the bells, I'm going to create a hanger by just threading the jute through the holes that were already on the sign, making sure to add a little bit of hot glue to the end of each knot. And I repeated the same thing with the other side. My friends, if you're still with me this far into the video, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for supporting my channel. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Lastly, I added a finger bow, and this completes the look. Let me know what you think. You'll see it again in the final reveal. Oh look, here it is, the final reveal. Don't forget to let me know which one is your favorite. I have a hard time picking. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. If you would like to watch some more of my videos, here's a suggestion, and you are more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You're amazing. Bye.